back. On our corporate radar today, the company that we are focusing on is Justdial. Ramkumar Krishnamachari, the CFO of the company, now joins in. Good afternoon, and thanks so much for joining in. You know, we heard the comments that you made at the China City Internet Conference, and over there, the one comment that stood out is when you said that the customer acquisition cost to download the app, you know, has gone up a fair bit. In fact, it's gone up by 3 to 4 times just in the last 1 year. How will that impact your business?
It's something which has happened, and our own belief is that because this whole sector today there's so much attention to this internet and the mobile space, mobile internet, especially the mobile internet space. A lot of company are spending a lot of money in getting their app downloaded, which is pushing up the cost. And as far as we are concerned, we have predominantly our downloads have been organic, so we've not been spending a whole lot of money in getting the app downloaded, but we are closely monitoring the situation as to how the costs are trending, and that's what has happened. And we have our strategy cut out as to what we are going to do in terms of propagating our app downloads, and you will see that in the next couple of months.
Hi, Mr. Krishnamachari. Good afternoon. Could you also give us an update on your international expansion plans? You know, you had earlier indicated that your UK website could go live in August, your UAE website in September, you know, Singapore, Malaysia, etc. by December. Are these plans on track?
No, definitely. See, the idea behind international is to make sure that, one, we have a service launch there. So I just want to make clear that there's not a whole lot of investment which is going out there, and we are not in a rush to monetize those in those countries, which, you know, monetization is what will require marketing and marketing and advertising spend plus feet on street, etc. investments there. We are not going to be doing that in the next 1 or 2 years.
Okay. So, you know, while you just indicated that you will not aggressively spend on your international expansion and it won't, you know, perhaps affect your profitability, but you will still require some employee cost, a data content cost, even for your service launch. So, can you give us a number?
It's not that material, honestly, Reena. I mean, that the amount that we are talking about could be less than $500,000. So it's not a material amount from our perspective, given the size and nature of opportunity and potential that we are talking about. We are being very, very cautious in terms of how we are spending and investing there. We want to feel the waters there, and then calibrate the investment accordingly.
Okay, so as of the last quarter, you know, there were 20 live Search Plus engines. Can you share with us what the internal target is of, you know, how many Search Plus engines will go live by the end of Q2 as well as FY15?
See, these 20 which are live today are on various medium in terms of internet as well as mobile internet. Our idea is to make sure that, I think there are a couple of more products that we are talking, that is under pipeline, and those should go live shortly as well. So our idea is get all these 21, 22 or odd products live on mobile platform. Make sure that we have a mobile app which is completely live with all these 22, 23, and then go about doing the communication, mass communication bit to the user. So that actually we are maybe a few weeks away, or a month or so, month and a half so away from that.
Okay. Let's talk a little more about Search Plus engine. You've always indicated, even in your previous interviews, that the monetization is not going to happen anytime soon. The earliest would be in FY16. But can you tell us that once you monetize your Search Plus, what kind of margins will you enjoy?
The entire Search Plus product is completely asset light in terms of capex and opex. As I mentioned again, we have a single sales infrastructure, and the entire marketing and advertising is going to be, because it's a single platform, it's both for JD as a platform as well as for the entire Search. Whatever we do, Search Plus is going to benefit JD as a whole. So it's going to be OPEX and CAPEX light. As and when these products scale up in terms of usage, definitely these are going to be high margin products for us. Our idea is to make sure that first the user get the usage up, make sure, because these involve changing habits both at the user end as well as at the vendor end. So these takes time.
Okay, but is there any ballpark range that you can give us for your margins?
Difficult for me to give that number. As I mentioned, this is going to be a high margin business for us, no doubt about it. It's only a question of how quickly we scale this business up, and we are confident that once business scales up, it is going to be margin accretive, and I can assure you that it's only a question of time. I don't want to put a number at this point. Whatever number I put it can be misleading in terms of both upside and downside. So I'll leave it at that.
Okay, fair enough. That's good to know that it's going to be a very high margin business for you all. Last quarter when we spoke to you, you indicated that you've tied up with Make My Trip for domestic hotels, with Booking.com for your international hotels booking. Any fresh tie-ups that the company has taken or done?
I mean, nothing that I can report of at this point of time. Yes, talks are always going on to make sure that the user experience is great. So we always constantly talking to people to make sure in the back end we have a great, back end solution to make sure that the user experience is of highest quality.
Also, Mr. Krishnamachari, your paid listings were at 16,000, which is actually the highest, in 8 quarters. So is this run rate sustainable for you? Has there been any increase in average realizations in paid listings?
We have seen healthy trend as far as paid listing is concerned. As we are into this last leg of this quarter, I would wait for this quarter to come to an end before I can comment on that. We don't have, I don't want to go beyond that. The trends are very healthy, looking good.
Okay. Have any of the investors who'd had a lock-in period sold into the open market recently?
Well, there hasn't been much of material change in the PE position as of now. There have been some small changes, but then nothing material at this point of time.
Okay, we'll leave it at that. Thanks so much for joining in. That's the word coming in on Justdial and how business is shaping up with respect to Search Plus, with respect to their international expansion. On that note, it's time for a short break. As we do that, let's just quickly check how Europe has actually opened up in trade.